I'm switching up the rulers just a little bit, not because I didn't like the previous one, but I really want to show you that no matter what kind of straight ruler you're using, it's going to be fine. So this is the mini scallop that has scallops on one side and a straight edge on the other, and I'm going to use it just like I would any other straight edge. So starting from one edge of the area, I'm going to quilt a vertical line down to the area that I want to add my starburst. Now I'm quilting vertically because last design I went horizontally just to show you a little bit of difference, but you can go in either direction, whichever feels more comfortable for you. So from here, I'll just quilt down. And really you can make these starbursts as spaced out as you'd like. So I'm going to go maybe an inch or so, and that's when I'm going to start quilting my first diagonal line. So when I get to that point, I'm going to tilt the ruler almost like it's going at an X or a 45-degree angle. And I'm going to go along the ruler up one direction, right back and down the other side, like so. And there I have the first part of my starburst. So what I'm doing is quilting a line and then quilting right on top of it, which kind of is a hilarious joke, right? Not only do you have to get it straight the first time, but you have to do it again. But if you leave that ruler in place, don't shift it, it should be really easy to travel since it's still the same. Then I'm going to rotate the ruler and do the other side just like I did the first one. So out and back. And then to finish out the star, we'll do some horizontal lines. And I'm making this starburst kind of big so you can really see what I'm doing here. If you wanted to make them smaller, you could. They could look like little snowflakes. Or if you're really trying to fill in a big area quick, then you can make that starburst longer. But once I come back into the center, and I'm just going to kind of peek in there, it looks close enough, then I'm going to rotate the ruler and quilt another line down till I get to where I want to add my next starburst. I have to remember that when I quilt my next row, I'm going to try to fit a starburst in between the two on this line. So I want to give it a good couple of inches so that there is enough space. So something like that looks pretty good. Maybe come down a little bit more. And then I'm going to repeat, tilting the ruler, going at an angle, and then the other side as well. Down, or up, and back, there, and back. Nice quick movement. If I need to reposition my hands, if I need to stop and scratch my face or do whatever, I'm going to try to do it when I'm in the center of that starburst. I don't want to quilt to the outside, stop, move my ruler, and then have to come back and hit that line again. I'm going to do it right when I'm there, just a quick back and forth motion. And we're going to go the other direction. And then the horizontal. Out and back. And then continuing on down. And I think I'll just carry it all the way to the edge. And then let's see how this first one is looking. And so you can see I have my first row of starbursts, and look how nice that backtracking is. That's right on, it looks fantastic. Of course, if you weren't such a perfectionist and you want to do it quicker, you could just take that ruler out and freehand both the angles. Maybe I'll do that here in a little bit. But let's go ahead and add our second row. And what I'll do is travel along the seam just a bit, and I'm going to come back the other way, but I'm going to fit my starburst in between the ones I've just quilted. So let's see what that looks like. Positioning the ruler, and this is where those markings come in very handy. So if I know I want to move over an inch or 3/4 of an inch, I have the markings right here on my ruler to help me keep track. And then I'm going to go up the opposite direction, aligning that. And then stopping so that that starburst will fit in between other ones, and then doing the same thing over to one side and back. Changing direction. And then out, do a nice horizontal line, a nice quick movement, and then going back up. And see, what I'm doing is as I'm quilting, I'm kind of glancing over at that previously quilted line. That's going to help me gauge where the next starburst needs to go. If you were a little bit more perfectionistic tendencies, you could mark that out or measure it. But for the most part, I'm eyeballing it because, well, hey, with quilting, close enough is definitely good enough.